Hey guys, Raid Zero AU, and welcome back to another episode of Empyrion. This is episode number 16, and been thinking sort of between episodes, alright, what are we going to do? Well, first off, there's been just a small patch which has been applied today, and just a few small fixes to do with templates and blueprints and things like that. But they have reduced the crafting time of all ammunition by 30%, which is rather nice. Also provided some updates on their progress towards heading towards out of pre-alpha and into alpha, and adding things like trees and things like that to Akua, and sort of, you know, fleshing out the worlds a bit more rather than it just being like this kind of barren type terrain, which all looks rather nice. But as I was saying, I've been thinking about what I wanted to do, and sort of we're still in the pre-alpha stage. Basically, once alpha comes out, chances are it's going to be a wipe and we're going to have to all start again. So I'm thinking, you know what, I think I want to build something in space. So just because we can, more than anything. So with that in mind, I've built a base starter and a whole lot of blocks, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to head up there and build something. So I think that's what we'll do in the next few episodes. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to head straight up, thinking I kind of want this to be, I suppose, like a space station, for want of a better word, and kind of want it, I don't know, between the planet and the asteroid belt. I think is a good spot to put it. And that provides an interesting view of things. So let's tilt that slightly. Yeah, I reckon that's not too bad. I reckon sort of out here, so we've got a view of the asteroid belt, we've got a view of the moon, and we should have a view of Akua as well. So we've got a helmet. Alright, we want a jetpack on, we want a helmet on, and out we go. Alright. So we'll just move away from the small vessel a little bit. Maybe lift up a little bit so we're up a little bit higher than it. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Haven't got too much floating around us. Alright, so just going to place the base starter down, and I'll need some hull blocks. So, bang, there goes our base starter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in a circular, or kind of as circular as I can kind of get it. Now, I'd love to be able to say that I worked all this out by myself, but I didn't. Basically, what I have done is, now what do I want to do here? Sorry, just thinking to myself here. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that there. And the only reason being that block there, the open one, is actually going to be the center of the rough disc. But basically, yeah, I wish I'd worked all this out myself. But if you go on the internet, you can find some websites that assist you in working out building a circle from blocks. Most commonly used in obviously things like Minecraft. And I've just used one of those and worked out sort of roughly what size I want. So that's going to be the center, and what I want to do is I need to take this out I reckon it's 12. Yeah, 12 from the center, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 12. And then I want to do the same over here. Now you notice that I haven't used the core as the center, and that's deliberate because basically what I want this to be is this is going to be a elevator going all the way through the spine of it. So we've already got 1, 2, 3, right, 4, 5. No, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, we want to do that on all 4 sides. So we're going to do it on this side as well. 1, 2, 3. So that'll be 4. 1, 4. It should be 12. If we're slightly off with this, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to count to 12, surely. But, you know, what can I say? I've been known to make errors in these before. 2. Alright. But we'll know if we've made an error, so somewhere along the line. So, okay, now what I want to do is this one. I need this to come 1, 2, 3. No, we'll get rid of that one. And then 1, 2, 3. And 1. So effectively we've got 3 lots of 3 there, and then we need 3 lots of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now this last one of 2 down towards us, when we're looking at it like this, basically we then need to bring that across 2. So that makes the first lot of 3. And then 1, 2, 3. And if our counting was correct, then yeah, 1. No. The counting's off. Alright, let's have a look. I've made an error somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that one's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're 1 out on this side. Okay. That's alright. And this is where it's important to make sure you've got your remove and repair tool. So, I'll start from this side because I know this one's correct. So, 1, 2, 3. We go up 1, 2, 3. And then we've got 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, But it's got to come up to 3. And this one comes out. Ooh. Let me add one in there. This one comes out. And I'm going to take some of these out so that I can visualize it. I can't quite visualize it at the moment because I've got ones in there that don't need to be there. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm still wrong. Alright, you know what? Screw it, let's just take... At least they sped up the remove repair tool. Once we get the first one right, we'll be okay. But it's just that first one that leads you on a bit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We need another one here. 3. Alright. And then this one, 1, 2. 1, 2. That's 3. 3. 3. And that needs an extra one there. So that is the effective shape on it, and basically we continue that round the whole thing, and then obviously fill it in the middle here. Then what we can also do is using some of our hull slopes, and it's going to be, I'm sort of doing this like I haven't tried this on any other game, or like in any other play, or like test build or anything like that. So I am kind of doing this as I'm talking here. There we go. So we can just put those in just to smooth it out a little bit. Just like that. So that smooths it out a bit, it's fine. You know, is it a perfect circle? No. Is it ever going to be a perfect circle? Probably not with when you're building with blocks. But, you know, it's close. And we could probably build some out here just to even this side of it out. But we'll have a look at that once we've got the rest of it all filled in. So I'll just do it on this side as well. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'll bring this over. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. And then it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Bring that over 2 to make that a 3. Down. 3. Yep. And that's a 1, 2, 3. And then we can do the same with these. Just put these in to smooth it out. Now, as I said, what we could probably do is just on the sides here, just tilt ourselves around so we can see it a bit better. On the sides here, we could probably bring these out a little bit, just to round off these ends. How far do we want to bring it? Probably just bring it out 3 like that. And then put those in. That one, yep. And if we do that on each side, then basically, you know, we've kind of got an even shape. Yeah, happy with that. That's okay. And then basically what we do is we obviously fill all this section in. And the plan is that basically what I'll then do is it's going to be 2 blocks high, and then it's going to have its ceiling on it. And this is going to be the top level. So basically the walls, though, instead of being blocks, I'm going to have those as some of the new windows. So we've got these windows here. Yeah, just put those in there. We'll just turn around. I would turn my jetpack off, but I wouldn't be able to walk at that stage. And the thought is that basically then what I'll do is I'll have these around here. What I do need to have a look at is what can we do on the angle. Are there angled ones? There might be. I haven't looked into that, so that's something I'm going to have to do off camera. I'm going to have a think about it. Now those are already, these are some of the new windows, so these are 2 blocks high already. So basically once we've done that, and then put the roof over the top, or the ceiling over the top, then basically we've got an enclosed space, but we've got a full panoramic view around us. So that's the thought behind it. And then basically down below I would probably just put another layer of blocks under there. One, it will cover over the core, and just use some of the curved blocks just to give it a rounded edge, and do the same on the top. So each of the floors is going to be 2 blocks deep, and the ceilings will be 2 blocks high. And then what I'll do is take it down a number of blocks and have a second disc underneath it, with the idea that at the top here I'll have all the power and manufacturing, like all the crafting and you know, the generator. I'll set up a small bedroom area just for looks more than anything else, just to make it look like it's somewhere that someone is living. And we can sort of use the 4 quadrants as different sections, and then the one below it, the disc below, planning for that to just be completely a growing agricultural area. So as you can see, it's quite large. There's quite a lot of room in it, and we can do quite a lot of growing down there. Basically then I would either bring up my capital ship that we built in a previous episode, but I'm more likely just to build another capital ship that's a little bit more efficient, maybe a little bit smaller. Look at the weaponry on it that we can use to then just go to planets and take out towers and things like that, and just have a look at some of the towers. As I said, it feels, from the way they're talking, it feels as though their plan is to move out of pre-alpha probably sooner rather than later now. And with that is definitely going to come a wipe where we're going to have to restart. So really at the moment what I'm doing is I'm just running through and just trying some things out and seeing what's what. So I'm going to leave it here for this video. This build is going to take a number of episodes, but basically off camera what I'm going to do is I'm just going to complete the disc here, Maybe do the second one above it as well. And I'll do a little bit of building here and come back in the next episode to show you where we're at with it, which might give you a sort of a better idea or a clearer view as to sort of what I'm envisaging in my head at the moment. Hopefully this has given you a decent idea. See if we can sort of move away a little bit. So you can kind of see the kind of shape of it. And these windows here they are semi-transparent from the outside. They're not completely transparent. As you can see, you can see through them. I'll just get rid of that so it's just on my hand. You can see through them, but it's quite dark. Whereas on this side, there's a bit of tinting, but basically you get quite a good view out there. So hopefully it all looks okay once we're done. But what I do need to do is I need to go back down and have a look at what options, maybe build a few of the different types of windows with all the new ones. In fact, we'll just quickly head down to the planet and we'll have a look at the new ones that they introduced. That wasn't in this patch, that was in the 5.4 patch, I believe. So there's a number of different window types that they added in, which was good. More options is always good when it comes to building. Alright, so we need to head over this way. Where are we going now? Almost. Oh, found a new cobalt. Good, good, good. Iron, good. So we've got a few bases here on Akua that wouldn't mind hitting. Epsilon Power Station. Obviously I haven't explored this side of the map. Okay. Epsilon Defense. Quite a lot of stuff. Chance I'm going to get shot at some stage. Yep. This is where we originally found our promethium. We've got a magnesium deposit there as well, which is good. Alright, how am I going for heading towards the base? Oh well, actually. Copper deposit that I checked out. Go. Now I thought about when building the space station how to build it, whether to build it with a capital vessel starter or whether to use the base starter, and decided to go with the base starter because one of my thoughts initially was basically it'd be nice to make one that maybe you could move into orbit around other planets, and that would certainly be nice. And to do that you'd need to use a capital vessel, but the plan was that I was never planning to take it to actually land on a planet, so I would still need, I'd really want a capital vessel to do that, to go down and sort of help take out turrets and things like that. And the problem you've got is at the moment there's no way of moving more than one capital vessel between playfields or between planets at the moment. So you can't dock one with another one, unfortunately. Or and one thing I wanted to check was, because when you go into the capital vessel and you're in the cockpit, it does say whether it's docked or not. Now, so whether they're planning on that being a possibility of maybe being able to dock it on with a base or something like that at some stage, and then maybe being able to move that base, albeit very slowly, you know. Hopefully something like that down the track. But we'll just quickly, just for a minute or so, as you can see, I've got some windows in that crafting at the moment. In here, we'll just go and have a look at, is it in the building blocks? Yeah. So you see all these windows here. So we've got the 1x1 vertical, 1x2, that's the ones that I was using up there. We've got 2x2. Interestingly, I think it might be a little bit of an oversight, but you'll notice the 1x2 needs one metal plate and two glass plates. That makes sense, because it needs two glass plates because it's effectively two windows. Well, the 2x2 is effectively 4 windows, but it still only needs 2 glass plates. So that's effectively double that, but it uses half the number of plates. It does use more metal plates. Just kind of doesn't make sense. I think that might just be something that's been missed. So we do have sloping windows. These are the ones that I'm interested in looking at to see whether we can use those to do the where I've put the angled blocks, the diagonal blocks, and see if that's possible. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. As I said, it might be a matter of making a few of these and just seeing what's possible with them. So, a bit of trial and error involved. But I can do some of that off camera and come back to you in the next episode and let you know how I've gone with that. So, I'm going to leave the constructor crafting there, or constructor constructing there, I should say. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed what you've watched today. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time when we will continue on with our build of our base up in space. I'm Raid 0 AU, signing out.